What is going on, guys? My name is Dan Fitz, the Street Preacher. I created the Daily Freedom Path to take men from their current life or circumstances where it's not great. And then I take them to a place where they're able to see something worth living for, something actually trying for. And they go on to live a life that they otherwise couldn't even imagine. Now, I know that sounds good and it sounds hard to believe, but let's meet Big Gus Ritchie. How you doing, brother?
Hey, how are you? Yeah, good, thank you.
I'm fantastic, mate. You got a long backstory, not just with your process. I don't call it a journey. Journey's guesswork and you fuck around and focus on feelings. It's a process. Your process started with me about 3 years ago.
Yeah, correct.
Where were we at,
started,
brother? Pleasant as it is to venture back there.
Yeah, I started off with a 28-day challenge and then joined the online DFP community and also connected in person at Ironhouse Fitness in Caboolture.
Yeah.
And yeah, went from
there.
there.
Was that a bit of a shock to your system as well? You got to meet me one of the rare times I'm in the gym. Was that a bit of a shock to your system where you're like, fuck, I have to train this hard?
Yeah. Every other PT is just like they have to boost your self-esteem, but Dan, you can get more out of you than you know you can yourself.
Yeah. And you feel that's the same with the online work, the mindset work?
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Yeah, there's, I've been on antipsychotics and antidepressants, and recently in December I made the choice with doctor's guidance to go off all medications and just working out in the gym and setting goals and yeah, just goal setting and visioning the future. And
that's a massive achievement, brother. Like, I know many people in this life that once they start on that road, there's no getting off it.
Yeah. It's been a long journey for me, like been on antipsychotics for about 7 years and antidepressants for the last 18 months or so until December. So yeah. Big journey. Yeah.
And through that, did you ever see yourself either wanting to get off them or seeing yourself off them? Or was it like just something you accepted, this is life now?
I think there became a point where I accepted it, but yeah, just recently I just envisioned a life without it and just feel a lot happier now, less anxiety, and yeah, just feeling great.
Yeah. What happens inside the DFP? I want you to try and explain it yourself. What happens inside the DFP where you go from requiring and actually wanting? Because I know what it's like to have anxiety, I know what it's like to be depressed, I know what it's like to not be able to sleep, and that handles all those things. What's the process that happens to you inside this place where 3 months, 6 months time, you say to your doctor, hey, I think I don't need these anymore?
Yeah. Just makes you accountable for your actions. There's a bunch of other brotherhood, bunch of other guys in the community. You're just accountable to them, and yeah, it's just an awesome place.
Yeah. I'm not saying mental illness doesn't exist, and I'm not saying that medication isn't required. I mean, if it keeps you alive, then do it. But I can also honestly say, if I looked at everyone else's life, everyone else's choices, everyone else's habits and daily routines, I would probably fucking be depressed too. And that's the biggest thing I get you guys to focus on, is you choosing every single day to make better choices. Because how do we finish that quote? Your life is a collection of your choices.
Yeah.
What's the end of that quote?
It's what you do with those choices.
Almost. Your choices led you to where you are now.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of that's guilt, shame. I mean, I know, because I used to live that life. When I would spend 10 grand at the casino and I walked away with that 10 grand still in the casino, I didn't feel great the
Yeah.
next day.
I feel like shit.
Yeah, you feel like shit. And then you're like, is this depression? This anxiety? Ah, it's because I can't
Yeah.
pay rent.
Yeah, all of the above.
As you know, you've worked alongside me. You've seen me in person. You're coming to Brisbane in February on the 11th.
Yeah.
You've seen the inner workings of this place. You've seen the dozens and dozens of men that reach out to me, but they're kind of like, I want to do it, but I don't know what it is, and I don't need help because I'm a man.
Yeah.
What's something you think those guys need to hear? Because they'll have no doubt watch this video like they watch all my other videos and think, maybe I should do something.
Just take the first step. Like, even if you don't know what you're getting into, just take the first step and sign up and ask questions later, and you'll thank your future self for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember the investments I've made in myself that totally changed the trajectory of my life. Now, I'm no longer the same man I was back then, but yeah, I would love to thank that guy. Thank you for doing something right, or thank you for like making a good choice, maybe for once. Good on you.
What was that? Sorry?
I wanted to shake the hand of the younger self of me, like, you made a good choice for once. Good job.
Yeah.
What happened to you when you, now I like antidepressants, like medication, like therapists. I don't want guys to have to rely on me. It's kind of hard because we build a bond and there's a brotherhood, and I love having the guys there, and it's a good source of motivation. It's like a safety line, but there are guys that have graduated the program. There are guys that have moved on, but sometimes that happens and they're either not ready, or the devil comes back and you start the old vices, your old habits. What happened to you on your hiatus? You stepped away 2020, I think.
Yeah. Just pretty much went into autopilot and
Same shit, different day.
Cruise through, like, same shit, different day, and went into hibernation and just did the bare minimum of everything and didn't get very far.
Yeah. I have my own mentor now, and I know what it's like, the accountability, the responsibility. You said this was going to be done this date and it's not done. Why isn't it done, Dan? Oh, get off my back. I'm going to do it. Yeah. But that's the whole reason they're there, because you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And it's about bringing yourself to becoming the man that doesn't need that kick in the ass, doesn't need help to find the answers.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I've lived a pretty dark life. You know my backstory, Gus, and there's been times in your life where it got pretty dark there.
Yeah.
When you're down in that pit, when you're down at the bottom of the mountain, as we talked about, and you get about halfway up and you can see a new horizon, you can see a new perspective for yourself.
Yeah.
Did you see anything better back then at that point when you're down in the pit?
Yeah, it's not till you take the first step out of it that you envision that new world or new life that you could have, and it just inspires yourself to, I don't know, just keep pushing harder and setting new goals and just, climbing that mountain, as you said.
Yeah. And the shit you've pulled off in the last 2-3 years, 2 kids now, you're managing a business which is partly yours, a beautiful wife, life's pretty chill, you got your own Instagram, social media, what's that, Gus Drinks Draft? What's the Instagram handle?
Yeah, Gus Drinks Craft, yeah. Yeah,
go check that out. It's quite entertaining, guys. Drinks a beer a week or something, and it's you got all these vinyls that you put on.
Yeah, that's it.
Now that takes balls. I run an online business. I know what it's like to advertise yourself, share your views, your stories, your content.
Yeah.
Did you see yourself doing that 2 years ago?
Not particularly. I kind of just someone else on Instagram doing the same thing, but I just wanted to change it up a bit, and just sort of became a hobby and a passion.
and you just had the courage now to pull the trigger on shit you want to do.
Yeah. And like a lot of Instagram is just pictures, but mine's like all videos. So I know it takes balls to get out of your comfort zone and just start talking about stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It also takes balls to take that first step. So if you're a man watching this and you're like, who the fuck is Dan? Who the fuck is Gus? What is this DFP thing? Why have I watched 1,000 videos and like I don't message him? If your life isn't where you want it to be, if you're already at the end of January and life sucks, if your entire year last year was a train wreck, if you wake up in the morning and you're laying there for about 10 minutes trying to think of a reason to continue or keep going in life, there's a good chance you should reach out to either me or Gus. We'll get you started in the right direction.
Exactly.
Brother Gus, thank you for sharing your story. Like you said, it takes balls to do that.
Yep.
And I look forward to seeing what you can do by the end of the year. And I'll see you motherfuckers in Brisbane, February 11th.
Sounds great.
We'll wrap this up with a pattern interrupt. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Yeah, baby! Awesome, brother. Thanks.
All right. See ya.